Hey, so that God of War Laufey game has caused a bit of a stink, and some people are looking forward to the game for some reason. And for me personally, I don't really see a reason to buy it because why is it even called God of War? Faye's not even a war goddess or anything like that. And when I play God of War, I prefer playing as Kratos. I want to see more of Kratos' journey, not his wife or his ex-wife or whatever. And one of the things that people have said to defend God of War Laufey is that, oh, you just hate women, oh, you don't like this game, you don't buy it, you're sexist, yada 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 yada, all that kind of nonsense that a bunch of consumer slop enjoyers love to say. However, though, instead of buying God of War Laufey, what I recommend is getting something like Bayonetta. Bayonetta is a fast-paced hack and slash action game. It's very fun, very creative, and Bayonetta also looks amazing too. Her character design is awesome. Apparently, Bayonetta was even designed by a woman, so that's even that's also really progressive too. And yeah, the game has some nice puzzles. Has some beautiful visuals for a game that came out over a decade ago, and it's just so much fun. And best of all, you know, let's see here. The game only requires 11 gigabytes to install, so it doesn't even really take up that much space. And the game goes on sale quite often. Like Bayonetta, I bought this game for about $24, but this game usually goes on sale a lot, like every couple of months or so. So you can even potentially buy this game legally for $5, and that's awesome. And yeah, there were some major red flags with the God of War Laufey trailer. For starters, Laufey herself, her design is not that good. You know, I guess she looks realistic, but when I play a video game, I'm not really looking for realism. Um, and yeah, she's a strong woman, but Bayonetta, her character is a strong woman too. In fact, Bayonetta is even stronger because she's literally alive. Um, but yeah, Bayonetta also has a way cooler fighting style as well. One thing I noticed in the God of War Laufey trailer is that the attacks they don't feel like they have much impact. And another thing that God of War Laufey seems to lack is having blood and gore. That was like part of God of War's original charm was like how over the top and violent it was. But with God of War Laufey, it looks so safe. I'm not even sure why God of War Laufey is rated M. It should be a T rated game. It looks like a PG-13 type of game at most, maybe even PG. The dialogue in God of War Laufey reminds me of something that you would see in a modern MCU movie because it feels so. It has that millennial Zoomer dialogue where the characters are very nonchalant and the humor's not that great. The humor in Bayonetta, though, is actually really awesome. Like there's a part where Bayonetta is like shooting a bunch of angel monsters and she's running low on guns. So she just keeps saying guns over and over again. Guns, 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 and the guy keeps throwing guns at her. So the thing about Bayonetta is that this game is a lot more self-aware with its humor. And as a result, since it's also way more over the top, the humor just works. And the great thing about Bayonetta herself is that outside of cutscenes, she doesn't talk, you know? During God of War Laufey's trailer, I noticed that Faye talks way too much. She'll always say something like, I should go that way. Oh, I should better equip this armor. Ooh, maybe I should look up there. Well, I guess I'll have to go that way. Oh, how do I get out of here? Oh, just never shuts up. With Bayonetta, she does talk, but only during story relevant cutscenes that you can skip. I am really tired of modern game characters being a little too talkative. You know, like I tried to defend this a while back, but it really is true though. A lot of modern game characters just give out expository information. Like exposition. They just literally tell you how to solve a puzzle. In God of War Ragnarok, if you want to like for example, in God of War Ragnarok, if you want to like look at the beautiful levels or focus on a puzzle, well, good luck with that because the characters will constantly talk. They'll say something like, What are you doing? Are we just gonna stand here? Hey, I think I know how to solve that puzzle. Hey, look up there." And it's just like, shut up. Let the player figure things out for themselves, and if the player is struggling, then they can just go on YouTube and look up a guide or something. I really do hate how we're at a timeline where characters will literally, tell you how to solve a puzzle. And with Bayonetta though, what I like about this game is that, yeah, it's beautiful. It has awesome combat, and it doesn't talk too much. And like I said though, I have nothing against games that have a lot of talking. For example, right? I love the Yakuza games and Lost Judgment. I love the Metal Gear Solid games. I love JRPGs like Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy 9. These games have a lot of dialogue in them. But the thing is, the dialogue in these games, they don't serve as a means to just give out exposition, not for the most part anyway. The dialogue in these games tend to connect to the story. Like, you know what I like about Persona 5 is that the character will just think to himself instead of just constantly talking and be like, maybe I should do this, maybe I should go over there. The player can figure that out for themselves. I just really hate. I just don't like God of War Laufey because I'm just getting a lot of red flags about that. So if you want to play a hack and slash game where you play as a strong, independent woman, I would definitely recommend Bayonetta. The combat is fast paced, but it's not too difficult. And if you like Bayonetta, there's a good chance you'll like Bayonetta too, but that's a Nintendo exclusive for some reason. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Apparently, Bayonetta, the first game, it was successful, but for whatever reason, other companies and publishers didn't want to pick it up, except for Nintendo. So that's why Bayonetta 2 is only on a Nintendo console so far. Maybe one day it will get ported to consoles and PC. It's possible. I mean, the same thing literally happened with Resident Evil 4. That originally started off as a Nintendo exclusive. And then, the Resident Evil 4 creators are like, hey, wait a second. If we put Resident Evil 4 on other consoles, then we can make more money. So that's why Resident Evil 4 is on other consoles and not just a Nintendo thing anymore. Anyway, just play Bayonetta. And yeah, I'm just gonna flat out admit it. She does look very hot. She's hot. She makes the whole glasses attire work out. She's basically Dante from Devil May Cry, but with a more feminine figure.